After 24 hours of Kiev's most violent demonstrations yet, Ukraine's president has announced a truce.
A truce, at least for now.
President Yanukovych says that he will start negotiations to end further bloodshed.
The announcement came at about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in a brief post on the Ukrainian president's website. According to that post, a truce has been called and negotiations are underway to permanently cease bloodshed in the country. Tuesday evening, 26 people, both protesters and police, died in Kiev, as the demonstrations that have split the city for months turned into something closer to armed conflict. Anti-government protests began last November after Ukraine's government rejected a European trade deal and secured closer ties to Russia, something many Ukrainians aren't happy about. Details of the reported ceasefire remain scarce, and there's still some question as to whether leaders on either side have complete control of the forces on the ground in Kiev. Yanukovych fired the head of his army Wednesday. Observers aren't sure if that's a step away from more protester crackdowns or toward them. Although experts doubt it was the driving force in Wednesday's ceasefire, threats of sanctions from American and European governments have been flooding in throughout the day. From French President François Hollande and Germany's Angela Merkel.
There are unacceptable, intolerable and inadmissible acts of violence, repression and brutality.
We appeal that there be political dialogue again. Only political dialogue can bring progress.
And from American President Obama and Secretary of State John Kerry.
We expect the Ukrainian government to show restraint. There will be consequences if people step over the line.
Yanukovych has the opportunity to make a choice. A choice is between protecting the people that he serves versus violence and mayhem.
If the EU does follow through on its threat of sanctions, they would likely come in the form of bank account freezes and travel bans for the Ukrainian government's leaders. Russia, meanwhile, has publicly called on Yanukovych's government to crack down on protesters it refers to as extremists. For Newsy, I'm Zach Toombs.